What is going on, everyone? Real Hard Fishing back with a Shimano Baitrunner 4000D. We're going to just take this thing apart, clean it up, re-lube it, grease it, all that good stuff. This reel's in pretty good shape. I did have one earlier. I did not video. It is a 4000 OC. It's a Baitrunner. This thing was in really rough shape when I got it. It was grinding real bad. It was just terrible. The free spool lever here did not want to work. It was frozen. The actual spool tensioner knob back here was frozen. It was seized up. The bell trip didn't work right. We got that fixed. There was just a lot going on with this thing, man. The roller clutch is in pretty bad shape. The only thing that I haven't really messed with is the cam clutch. The anti-reverse switch here. We don't want to mess with that because I'm afraid that something in there is corroded and might break, but this reel is working fantastic. There's no need for the anti-reverse on that anyways, so we just left that alone. We didn't want to damage anything, but as you see, it is working just fine. Bell trip's working, and it is a nice good reel, so that's in good shape. Now we're going to get started on this 4000D over here. There's really nothing wrong with this reel other than the knob here is a little bit stiff. It's got a little bit of corrosion up in there from the salt water. We're going to take the knob off. We're going to clean that up, make sure that gets loosened up. The free spool lever here works fine. It trips fine. Drag works fine. The bell trip works fine. If I could reel, I hate not having a daggum. Anyways, there. Hate not having on a rod. But anyways, all that's in good working shape. So we're just going to take it apart, clean it up, grease it, get it nice and smooth again. So let's get started. There's a couple things in these reels too that you really want to watch out for if you're working on certain areas of these things. One being the bell trip area over here. Right inside here, there's a little teeny tiny spring in here that makes that clicking noise when you trip it over. If you aren't careful, you take that apart, that will go flying and you'll lose it, and you're just gonna hate life. I hate mono. All right, now we're gonna, that is nasty. Rust in there. Let's see if we can get that. I don't know if we can get that off. That's corroded on there. Every reel I get is always corroded. All right, it's coming off. Not easily though. I don't want to break that either. There we go. That is some nasty stuff, man. Why? I don't know why people let their stuff get this far. If you take care of your stuff before it gets like this, you won't have to worry about this issue here. Because then when you bring it to the guy that's working on your reel, then he's got to worry about damaging stuff that isn't damaged yet because it's corroded and stuck to certain things. And then as they're getting it off, then stuff gets damaged. And guess what? The guy that's fixing it isn't paying for it. He will charge you for the parts because you neglected to take care of your reel. So slowly but surely, we're going to try to work this off of there. I do not want to damage anything at all. Because if the reel is in good shape, what's the point in making it not in good shape? There we go. Oh, that is disgusting. And this is my neighbor's reel, or my neighbor's son-in-law's reel. So they're getting a discount anyways, and I'm taking very extra special care of it. That's another thing here, man. Nobody ever services their reels. And this is the stuff you run into right here. At least this one's in way better shape, though. Let's go ahead and take this handle off right here. Let's see if we can put some oil in that and get that off here in a second. Let's take this off here. It's time to break the park tray out. Just don't spill this like I've done the last one. It's corroded too, man. Oh, thank goodness. The other one I done, I had to drill. That was a pain in the butt. That screw is stainless steel, and I don't know if y'all ever tried to drill stainless steel before, but it's not your friend, not at all. We want a parch tray. Since all that salt water in there. Sucker.
Motion detected in the front yard.
Alright, that was the free spool lever there. We're not going to worry about taking the clutch off because that clutch is clean. And that bearing there seems fine. We're going to take all this out here and get it cleaned up. I'm not exactly sure what the difference is between the 4000D and the 4000 OC is, but we might find out when we open this thing up. And 3 of these screws are the same size, and 1 is a different size. And this one here is the smaller one. All 3 of these right here are the same size. This one's shorter than the other ones, just barely, but it's shorter. We're not gonna mess with that either, are we? Nope. Okay. There's a lot of corrosion, so it's gonna be a little bit difficult to get this side plate off. I'm going to get my little teeny screwdriver real quick. That shouldn't have to come off, but let's see. Just a lot of corrosion in here. There we go. So that nasty corrosion inside there, so it was holding it on there, on that bearing right there. That bearing's got a lot of rust on it. So we're gonna clean all that up. The gears look great. Everything in there looks great except for those bearings. So we'll pull the bearing off of here and the main gear, and we'll just really just wipe all this down, re-grease it, and throw it back together, man. She's in good shape. We'd like to get that working there, but we don't want to mess anything up that isn't already damaged. You see that bearing is corroded to the main gear, of course. All right, let's get this out of here. And there comes the axle shaft. And then the main gear, so we can get that out of there. When if y'all drop that secondary gear out of there, be careful, there's a spring underneath it. And it really kind of freaked me out, because I didn't know that was going to be there, to be honest with you. Old grease off of that too. Let's see, that main gear don't want to come out because of this bearing. Oh, damn it, there's one right there. See that spring? That's what I'm talking about. Be careful. Let's get this out of there. There we go. That don't look bad at all, huh? Yeah, that bearing's in good shape. Alright, so we just gotta get this. Yeah, about that. We don't want to damage it, so we're just going to clean it up. Let's go clean it up, and then we'll be right back. All this looks good. We're going to wipe all the grease out of here, put new grease in there, oil everything up, and then we'll be good to go. So I'll be right back, y'all. All right, we're going to go ahead and pull this roller clutch assembly off of here and pull the pinion bearing out. Now we can get it cleaned up too. We're going to clean the main gear and that bearing off, clean the side plate off. Now we're going to pull this roller clutch assembly off of here, pull the pinion gear out with that bearing, and clean it all up, because that pinion gear is pretty dirty, and I'm not sending it back to him like that. It's the roller clutch assembly. I'm just going to clean this corrosion off the bottom of it right there. And no grease goes in here at all, or oil. It does have some nasty rust. All right, anyways, no grease. And this is the sleeve that goes inside of that roller clutch housing, and there's 2 washers on the top of that, so don't lose them. Sit there right like that. Get lost. And see the rust, man. go. All that rust. Puppy over there. And that's the anti-reverse switch, and that little sucker right there is pretty seized up. So the only way you can get that freed up is just to let that soak in some fresh water to get all that salt build up off of it. So we're not going to mess with that, because if we go messing with that, that's going to create more problems, and everything's working fine right now. So we're going to get this pinion gear cleaned up. That bearing is seized to the pinion gear because of the corrosion. So we're just going to take it over there to the sink and wash all this stuff off of there, get the rust off of it, get all the grease off that pinion gear, and get everything cleaned up, re-greased, re-oiled, and put back together. Alright, let's get this thing oiled up, greased up, and put back together. Like I said, do not put any oil or grease inside that roller clutch assembly. Gotta get some more grease. Not too much, not too little. Remember that spring, careful of that spring. A dabble, do you? Get in there. Grease making it stick to my fingers. Alright, I'm gonna pull you back out first. Pull that spring. Alright, sucker. That's that. Cross one block on there. Some grease on that bad boy. Put it in the right way. There we go. Axle shaft. Just put this guy in there too. You know what? Let's put a little bit of grease in there. Yeah, put a little bit of grease in there so it's easier to get out next time. A lot better. There we go. Alright, now axle shaft back in this bad boy. Fill the cross one block. Oops, that's how I know. And very last screw. Looks like that's missing a screw, huh? I'm sure it is. Looks like that's missing a screw. That is definitely already missing one. All right. And that is there. Let's get some oil on this handle so we can get this thing loosened up. Thing's pretty nasty in there. Let that sit there for a second. Let's get this side plate put back on. Make sure there's enough grease in here. This bad boy put back together here. You hold on, boy. Move this cross one. Here. Get back down there. Oh, that's right. Shoot. We're gonna line these gears up. I forgot about that. Son of a gun. I forgot all about that. Gotta line those arrows up. I'm gonna pull this clutch back off real quick.
Motion detected in the front yard.
Now, there's an arrow there and an arrow there, and there's arrows on this secondary gear. You have to line these arrows up to make sure that everything's going to work properly. Totally forgot about that for a second. Alright, so there we go. Now she should be in working condition. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Now we get this crosswind block on there. I mean, axle block on there. And put this bad boy back in. There we go. Now I put the retainer back on it. Then I gotta let my puppy out because he's so aggravating right now. Hang on, man. All right. Put the clutch back on. Alright, now that is back together. Now we can get the side plate back on. Got a bearing in there. There we go. The worst part tray ever. Alright. That's the short one. That's still soaking. We're gonna deal with that later. Just put this back on, make sure everything's working right, and we'll let my puppy out. Let me let him out real quick. All right, we're back, y'all. Puppy's done. Let's put this back together. Doo-doo-doo. He's working nice and smooth. Here he goes again. All right, hang on again. Gee. All right, sorry everyone. We are back. Let's get this thing done. I'm about to put him in the pen. This is always a pain in the rear end right here. Probably because I got that stupid handle on there for one. Alright, now everything back on here. Stupid mono. Lever. That will get loosened up in time. Stupid mono. I hate mono. Okay, and that, my friends, is how you take apart, clean, and service a Baitrunner 4000D and make it like brand new again. Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any uploads, and stay tuned for the next video. Peace!